Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem. Very interesting Sunday of NBA and NFL. Had a little bit invested in both. Came out right on time. A little small profit to put towards my NBA week. Not a very good day for my New York Football Giants. We lost to the Steelers, and now we are definitely looking up at the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East division, but we see them next week. Hopefully, we can get that win and set some things straight. All right, now, first, I just want to thank everyone that made it over from YouTube to the dfssweatshop.com website as well as the Facebook group. It has been electric. It has been lit so far. There are so many people in there. We are mixing it up every day. There's tons of ideas. A lot of great lineups are coming out of there. Cats are in there winning money, and it's so dope. One guy took down the GPP, killed it, 1-1 for the sweatshop. That was very nice. Very glad that I was able to be a part in some way of the success of other people. If you were late to the party, you can still get in. Of course, you can get in. You go to the dfssweatshop.com website, follow the prompts. It will be a paid subscription for you. It is a lot cheaper than any other site around, a lot cheaper. You're going to get that first month discount, and then every other month after that will be a full price month, but it is well worth it. It's a great tools are in there. You're going to get the in-depth core four breakdowns. You're going to get spreadsheets. You're going to get the daily emails. You're going to get everything that we use to become profitable DFS players. So let's go ahead and jump into our regular formatting of the show. We did not release a core four on yesterday's NBA slate just because I had to keep it honest, and I'm not going to tell you to play people or play situations or play scenarios that I'm not playing. I don't do that. I don't on 4 game slates, 5 game slates. I don't cherry pick players. I just stack offenses and see where the chips fall. That's what I do, and that's what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you to do something that I'm not doing. I'm just an honest DFS player, everyday guy, just like you. I'm just sharing what's the truth with you, right? So, but we did have a feature for players. These are the 4 most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS sweatshop in the Facebook group, as well as the public Twitter people that we all get mixed in with. And the who that scoring on points over there, player of the night, goes to Marcus Morris at 5K, 18% ownership. Goes out, scores 35.25 DraftKings points. Very nice game from Marcus Morris. The how did I miss that play tonight? The guy that you should have had in your lineups. He might not have been in such a great spot, but you kind of liked him. But you let the DVP fuck you up, and you left him off of your lineup. You didn't get him in there, and he goes out, Serge Ibaka, and scores 50 DraftKings points at 5.9K and 14% ownership. The heat check player tonight. Not it doesn't always go to the guy who scores the most points. This is a value pick right here. The heat check player tonight is a value pick. It is Blake Griffin because at 8.3K of all the guys that would price him his price and that higher, he is the only one who returns 7x value at 23% ownership. He goes out and scores 57.5 DraftKings points, and he was your late night hammer. Really good game from Blake Griffin. Now we get to the one motherfucker. The one motherfucker who ruined lineups across the country. The one motherfucker who jacks up threes for no apparent reason, does not rebound, does not like to play defense, does not expend the same energy that he does on offense on defense. None other than Mr. Snowflake himself tonight, Carmelo Anthony. Melo, I'm a Knicks fan. I got love for you. But tonight, you a motherfucker snowflake with your snowflake ass. How you gonna go out there and steal 7.6K from me on a 4 game slate? I could see if it was a 10 game slate, but you boxed me in. 4 game slate, 7.6K. You stole that from me and gonna go out and bring me back 28 DraftKings points? Man, you ain't shit. With your snowflake ass. Let's move on with the show. Let's do a quick recap of last night's NBA action. We are going to start in Detroit, where the Pistons took on the Orlando Magic. Pretty good game. The Magic beat them. We saw Reggie Jackson for about 22 minutes last night. And in those minutes, he played really well. He scored 18 points to go with 4 assists and 1 rebound for him. We saw a really nice game from Marcus Morris. We talked about him. The Who Dat scoring on points over there player tonight. He had 21 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, and 2 steals. We saw a small double-double from Andre Drummond. Had 10 points to go with 10 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks for him. Pretty nice game for everybody that started for the Detroit Pistons, but we didn't see like that overwhelming power play there. So a stack there really didn't like separate you from everybody else. On the Orlando side, Aaron Gordon, 10 points, 3 rebounds, not a great game from him. Pretty good game from Nikolai Vucevic off of the bench. He had 16 points, 8 boards, and 2 assists. We already talked about Serge Ibaka. He had 21 points, 7 rebounds. That doesn't sound like a really super awesome game. But let's talk about them 4 assists, them 3 steals, and them 4 blocks. That's how you get it. That's how you get it. That's old vintage Serge Ibaka going out there blocking shots, getting rebounds. Really, really nice game from him. Evan Fournier, not a great game in 32 minutes. He had 5 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Not a great game for him at all. Next game we're going to talk about is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder at home against the New Orleans Pelicans. Pretty good game. On the Oklahoma City side of the ball, we saw Enes Kanter jump off of the bench because we had an injury to Steven Adams, and in his minutes, he ended up playing 29 minutes. And he had 17 points, 10 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Pretty nice game from Enes Kanter. Russell Westbrook did what he's been doing all year long, man. Another triple-double, 28 points, 17 rebounds, 12 assists, 1 steal. Nice game from Russell Westbrook. We saw Vic Oladipo for 34 minutes. He had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal for him. Andre Roberson, man, he just becoming very dependable. Andre Roberson is becoming a very dependable fantasy option. In 36 minutes, he had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Pretty nice game from Andre Roberson. Domantas Sabonis snuck up the joint in his 25 minutes. He had 5 points to go with 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 block. Not a very great game from him. And Joffrey Lavergne, who we might have to look to tomorrow, had 11 boards to go with 4 points. Pretty decent game for his price point. On the New Orleans Pelicans side, Anthony Davis, Winham, of course, 43 minutes, 37 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks for him. Solomon Hill filled up the stat sheet almost. He had 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block for him. Not very much else on the New Orleans Pelicans side, man. They got beat. The game was over before it was over, but we did see Buddy Hield for 15 minutes, and he had 16 points to go with 4 rebounds and 1 assist. The next game we're going to get into is going to be the New York Knicks, my New York Knicks, at home against the Sacramento Kings. We saw an awesome game from Porzingis. He had 15 points to go with 4 boards and 2 assists with 4, count them, 4 blocks. We saw Carmelo Anthony, old snowflake ass, for 36 minutes, led the team in minutes, was on the floor longer than anybody else, and had 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. It was snowflake ass. And it wasn't even that. It's the turnovers, too. Snowflake ass. Joakim Noah didn't play well at all. 25 minutes, had 2 points and 5 boards with a steal. We saw Kyle O'Quinn, 4 points, 9 boards, and 4 blocks. Pretty good game from him. Derrick Rose had a nice game. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 20 points. Really nice game from Derrick Rose. And we also saw Justin Holiday. He started the game. He had 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Also, Brandon Jennings, in 25 minutes off the bench, had 19 points to go with a rebound and 3 assists on the Sacramento side. Boogie Winham, he did have an issue shooting the ball, though. He shot 30 times to get 36 points. That's a lot of shots, man, for Boogie. He could have damn scored 70 points. He had 12 rebounds and 4 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks to go with the 36 points. We saw a nice game from Rudy Gay. He fell 1 rebound shy of that double-double bonus that we like, but he had 4 assists, 3 steals, and 22 points to go with those 9 rebounds. We saw Costa Kufas for 20 minutes, and he grabbed 11 boards and had 2 points. That's pretty decent for his price point. And Darren Collison had a nice game. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. He likes to hit the chicks, but I think that he is like he's ready now. They got him in the rotation. He's going to be there. 38 minutes. Good game from Darren Collison. The last game on the slate was the LA Clippers at home against the Indiana Pacers. Now, I stayed away from this game because I thought it was going to be a blowout. We didn't know what was going on with Paul George because it was a game time decision. He was questionable, then it was a game time decision. I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna fool with this game. I'm just gonna rock with the 3 games on the earlier in the slate. But I did roster a couple of Clipper guys. So it just if you took a chance and you started Paul George and other guys, they all had pretty good games. Everybody on the Cleveland side, I mean on the Indiana side, had a pretty decent game. Starting with Paul George, he had 5 assists, 3 steals, 7 rebounds, and 16 points. Thad Young had 7 boards, 2 assists, 1 block, and 17 points. Jeff Teague, 15, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals. Rodney Stuckey jumped off the benches at 16 points to go with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. And Monte Ellis even had 14 points, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. On the Clippers side, Chris Paul has been getting started late the last few games. I mean, he takes the first half off and he comes out and plays well in the second half. So he did give us a little scare there. Chris Paul, 35 minutes, had 18 points, 11 assists, 1 steal, and 2 rebounds. Excellent game from Blake Griffin. He was the heat check player tonight for a reason, man. He had 24 points, 16 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. We saw DeAndre Jordan grab 15 boards in 35 minutes, but only had 9 points, fell 1 point shy of that double-double bonus. If he'd hit one more free throw, he would have gotten it. He had 2 steals and 2 blocks as well. Jamal Crawford led all bench scores with 14 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Now, let us go ahead and jump briefly into the player pricing for tomorrow. We've got a huge monster 11-game slate. You're going to see in the website, we're going to have our 29-man player pool as well as the core 4 plays for today's slate. You're also going to see the DVOA spreadsheet, like all of that is available to everybody in the website. So it'll be up tomorrow around midday. You want to check that around midday because we want to give it a little minute for some injury news to surface so we can go back and crunch any numbers and change anything that we need to change before we release it to you guys as a finished product. So let's go ahead and check out the player pricing, just the overall player pricing. And what I do here, this is how we establish that player pool. We go and we look at just the overall landscape of the pricing of the players. That's what we do in this segment. We want to see where guys are at, how much they cost, and maybe look at a little bit of DVOA, a little bit of matchup. I mean, you can't always trust it because certain factors change it. Like Memphis, it'll say, oh no, Memphis is number 6 against point guards. Well, that was when Mike Conley was healthy. He's not playing. There's some rookie guy or some young guy guarding everybody. So you can play point guards against him. So we're going to start here. Now, of course, the most expensive player on tomorrow's slate is going to be Russell Westbrook at 12.6K. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not. James Harden at 11.8 is kind of appealing because I really do like that Boston traveling to Houston game. And AD 11K, that's doable. Kevin Durant 10.2. The issue I have with Kevin Durant, the issue I have with Seth Curry is in this game, Indiana second game of a back-to-back. Is Indiana going to bring it the way they did tonight to the Clippers? Because if they do, that means we're going to see a full allotment of minutes for all the stars involved in this game. If not, if it's a blowout, that means we're not. And if it's a blowout, the only 2 guys that we know we're going to see 30-plus minutes from are going to be Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Even though Steph Curry and Durant give you the larger scoring upside, the safer plays in a blowout, which is what most of their games are going to be, the safer plays are going to be Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. So that's the issue that we're going to have tomorrow when it comes to if we 2-roster or not 2-roster Golden State players. KD 10.2, LeBron at 9.7. I like him at that 9.7 for 2 reasons. Number 1, he's one of the best players in basketball. Number 2, he owes me money. Right? Giannis Antetokounmpo, no against the San Antonio Spurs. Now he went out and he gave LeBron the business. He did that a couple nights ago. A couple nights ago, Giannis went out and he definitely gave LeBron the business. Can he do that to Kawhi Leonard? I'm not so sure, and I'm not going to take a chance on that. So if I miss on that, I just miss. But I don't like him tomorrow. Steph Curry, 9K flat. We talked about that. That's going to be the issue. Is are we going to see the Indiana really bring it to the Oracle? John Wall, probably one of my favorite plays on the slate against the Brooklyn Nets at 8.9. I like him under 9K. I love John Wall under 9K. We got Jimmy Butler at 8.5. That's definitely doable against Portland in Chicago. Dame Leonard at 8.4. That's doable against the Rajon Rondo defense, which is no defense. Kyle Lowry always plays well against Cleveland at Toronto. I like that at 8.2. Isaiah 8.1. That's doable against um, Patrick Beverly, Kawhi Leonard. No, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Draymond Green is definitely in play. Kevin Love. This is my favorite two plays right here. Bam, bam. Love and Gordon Hayward. I love this. I love the fact that they're both 7.9K. That gives me an excellent pivot point. You see that? These are players that I'm equally interested in. They are equally priced, and they both are in really nice matchups. That gives me the awesome pivot point. I can have a few rosters with both of them, some with one of them, and some with the other. I love that as a strategy tomorrow. We've got DeMar DeRozan at 7.8. No, thank you. Paul George, 7.7. That's a good price on Paul George. Marc Gasol, no. Kemba, I like Kemba again. They just played them. Kemba had a decent game. I like that again. Kyrie Irving, 7.3. Is very playable. Millsap is questionable. I like Dwight Howard if Millsap is out. Miles Turner, no. Bradley Beal, 7K. That's a little pricey, but I can see why you would play him, especially if you wanted to stack the Washington side. CJ McCollum at 6.9, going up against. He's going to see some Isaiah Cannon because he plays a lot with the second team. So I think we can go CJ a little bit. I like CJ. Jeff Teague at 6.9. They say don't play point guards. Point guards don't play well against Golden State. That's a lie. You can start point guards against Golden State. I don't care what roto grinders say. Point guards kill it against Golden State. Joel Embiid at 6.9. He's going to be the industry chalk. And he's not going to be in my core for tomorrow because he's going to be the industry chalk. Everybody's going to be on Joel Embiid tomorrow. So much so that I may fade in some spots. Mike Conley's out. George Hill's out. Oladipo's going to be a nice play against Atlanta at 6.7K. We got Al Horford at 6.7. No, I actually like Clint Capella against Al Horford tomorrow. Klay Thompson, I already told you I like him at 6.6. Otto Porter, 6.6. I like him. That will complete a Washington stack for me. Beal, Wall, Porter. I like that. Nicholas Batum, he balled out against Charlotte last time. I like him definitely. We got Wilson Chandler's going to be in play in Philadelphia at 6.6. Rajon Rondo, I like him. Everybody's going to be off him because he shitted on everybody last game out. But against Dame Lillard, I think he can get a really good game in at home at Chicago. 6.5 for him. Dwayne Wade, no at 6.5. I don't like him. Rudy Gobert's going to be a nice play against the Lakers at 6.5. Brook Lopez, 6.4. Nah. Jabari Parker, nah. Avery Bradley, I love Avery Bradley tomorrow because we know James Harden does not play any defense. Avery Bradley has not been playing as well as he's been playing as well as he was at the beginning of the year. So people are not going to be on him as much. I like Avery Bradley tomorrow. Drew Holiday, yes, I like him. There's going to be there's no Mike Conley defense, so I definitely like him. D'Angelo Russell, he's out. Harrison Barnes might be a good play against Dallas at 6.2. We've got Dennis Schroeder at 6.1. Julius Randle at 6K flat. We really gotta see what's up with him if he's ready to go. Because I kind of like Julius Randle, just not against Utah. Sean Kilpatrick, him and Bradley Beal will probably cancel each other out tomorrow because they're both pretty good defenders. Martin Gortat at 5.9. That's a good play. I like him. Trevor Booker is questionable. We got to check on him to see what's up with his status. Jay Crowder. I don't like Jay Crowder very much against Houston. I just don't. Derek Favors is out, of course. Clint Capella, I like him. If you want to attack Boston, you attack them rebounding. I like Clint Capella. You can even go Ryan Anderson too, though, because he's gonna get some rebounds and shoot some threes. Trevor Ariza is questionable, especially if Ariza is questionable. We can definitely target some guys on the Houston side to attack Boston. Thad Young against Golden State at 5.5. Jordan Clarkson, 5.6. This is another play that I love. I love that play. I'm going to have three white boy forwards tomorrow, boy. I like this play. I might go Love, Gallinari, and and Hayward. Had me a little boy band, killing them. I like that. I like that. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Mo Harkins at 5.4. Rodney Hood 5.4. We got Paul Gasol, nice play. That'll complete it. That'll complete it tomorrow. I like him at 5.3 against Milwaukee. I like that against John Henson. John Henson, he's really athletic. He go for any head fake that you throw him. I think Paul Gasol can show a little savvy and have a really nice game, a really veteran nice game against a young up and coming player in in Milwaukee. I like that. Jahlil Okafor at 5.3. When Embiid is in, Okafor, you're dead to me. Um, but you come back alive when Embiid sits down. So just chill. Robin Lopez at 5.2. Revenge game here. I kind of like Robin Lopez against Mason Plumlee because I don't like Plumlee at that 6 point, that 6K price point. I don't like that. Wesley Matthews, he's been shooting hot. You want to get on while he's still playing well, go ahead. I won't have him too much. Darren Williams, I like Darren Williams tomorrow. Will Barton at 5.1. He has been lighting it up recently. Had a pretty good game back off of the injury. Kenneth Faried. Now we know there's no Nikola Jokic. Do you like Kenneth Faried to bang down low with the Philadelphia players? Kinda. Glenn Robinson, no, he's out of play. Markieff is down to 5K. I like Markieff tomorrow. He's down to 5K. I kind of like Markieff tomorrow, especially if we don't see Trevor Booker. I like that. We got Sergio Rodriguez who's in play, 5K. Zach Randolph questionable. Nerlens Noel out. Dirk Nowitzki out. JJ Barea out. Steven Adams is also questionable. We talked about that already. Monte at 4.9 is going to be in play. Marcus Smart is definitely going to be in play against Houston, attacking James Harden at shooting guard. Ryan Anderson, of course, at 4.8. That's a pretty nice price for him. Covington may not play tomorrow. That's going to open up the door for like Dario Saric and Ersan Ilyasova here at 4.7. Patrick Beverly, 4.6. Terry Jones, the price is down on him. That's pretty nice. Enes Kanter at 4.5 is going to be in play if Steven Adams can't go. MKG, no. That's Sark right there at 4.5K. Pretty nice price on him. Brandon Ingram is a no. Andre Roberson is in play, 4.4 against Atlanta. I like him. Cody Zeller, 4.4. He's going to be in play again. Troy Williams, he went out and had a monster game last time. Nikolai Mirotic, if something's up with Wade and Wade doesn't play again, I do like Nikolai Mirotic, especially since everybody was like on him last time and he shit on everybody. Might be a good play. Bogut at 4.3. Nah. Troy Daniels had a really nice game out as well. 4.2 for him. That might be a good play again against New Orleans. Nurkic 4.1. I don't like him. Tony Allen, no. So we had a lot of nice plays on the slate tomorrow, man. Let's go ahead and jump into the point totals, man. I'm excited. Let's do it. We're gonna start, of course, in Dallas, where the Charlotte Hornets are coming to town, and this is a 190 point total. 190.5 point total. Okay. Let's pull this up. Let's start in Philadelphia. All right. We're gonna start in Philadelphia. What is a 209.5 point total with the Denver Nuggets traveling to Philadelphia. Like I said, Embiid, industry chalk. Everybody's gonna be on him. That might be a good reason to fade. If we don't see Robert Covington, of course, that puts the other two forwards in play, Ersan Ilyasova, as well as Dario Saric. I always like Gerald Henderson as a very cheap punt option at shooting guard, so that's somebody you can look at too. On the Denver side, Jameer Nelson is going to be in play. Will Barton is going to be in play. I don't really like too much as far as the Denver bigs go. I know we got Darrell Arthur back, and Kenneth Faried's going to be in the middle too with Yusuf Nurkic. So there's not too much I like on the Denver side, with the exception of Danilo Gallinari. I love him tomorrow. The next game is going to be Oklahoma City Thunder at the Atlanta Hawks. This game has 2 injuries involved. That's why there's no point total for it. Steven Adams, we don't know the status on him yet. Also, we don't know the status on Paul Millsap. We're going to have to be vigilant and watching out for that. On the Oklahoma City side, Westbrook is a player a lot of people are going to go to. I will not roster him. He costs too much. I just can't do it. I like Depot in this game. I like Roberson in this game. I like Cantor if Steven Adams is out. He's going to be a nice play. You're going to look to Joffrey Lavernier. If Steven Adams is out, he's probably going to start the game, and they're still going to bring Cantor off of the bench. That would be a different way to go. On the Atlanta side, I like Dennis Schroeder. His price has not caught up to how good he has been yet. If Dwight Howard plays, excuse me, if Millsap plays, I do not like Dwight Howard. But if Millsap sits, I like Dwight Howard. Tomorrow, Kent Bazemore is dead to me. Um, Mike Muscala's a no too. I'm not doing the Mike Muscala thing anymore. That experiment is over. The next game we're gonna get into is gonna be the Washington Wizards going to Brooklyn to take on the Nets. This is a 219 point total, really nice high point total. The Wizards are giving up 5.5 points, so we've got a home dog situation. The Brooklyn Nets are the home dog in this game, so that means that we can kind of not trust the point differential as much because teams just play better at home, especially the Brooklyn Nets team. They're pretty scrappy. Now, Sean Kilpatrick is going to be going up against Bradley Beal. They are both pretty good defenders. So if I'm stacking Washington, I probably will lean away from Bradley Beal. I probably would go Wall. I would go Wall, Porter, Morris, or Wall, Porter, Gortat in this game. On the Brooklyn side, there's not too much I like. I don't even like Sean Kilpatrick very much, especially if Trevor Booker doesn't play. If Trevor Booker doesn't play, this game kind of could get out of hand. So we got to be checking on the injury status with him to see if he's going to be playing or not. If he plays, then I like Brook Lopez a little bit more if he does play because I see them getting second chance points and him just having somebody in the middle to kind of help with the dirty work of rebounding and getting those offensive putbacks and things like that. The next game we're going to talk about is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Toronto to take on the Raptors. It's a 217 point total. The beautiful thing about this game is it is a -1 in favor of the Toronto Raptors. So this is pretty much like a pick 'em. That's what they're thinking right now. And Cleveland hasn't been playing very well lately. This game to me screams Cleveland stack. It screams fire up Kyrie, love LeBron. But out of the three of them, I love Love the most. I do. I think Love's going to have an awesome game tomorrow. I mean, who's he going up against? Siakam, maybe some DeMar Carroll, maybe some. You know, who's he going up against? Who's going to stop him? I love Kevin Love tomorrow, and I like LeBron. I like Kyrie as well. And my favorite play from Toronto side is definitely going to be Kyle Lowry. He always plays well against this Cleveland team, especially when they're at the Air Canada Center. Next game is going to be the Portland Trailblazers going to Chicago to take on the Bulls. This is a 216 point total with the Bulls giving up 5.5 to Portland. They have given Rondo full run to like push the pace and get them down court as soon as possible. And it's fun to watch. It's a lot different from the Bulls basketball that we watched in years past. And it's also setting Jimmy Butler up to score and do well quickly. But it's kind of leaving Dwayne Wade behind. So for that reason, I do not like Dwayne Wade tomorrow against Portland, but I like Jimmy Butler and I like Rajon Rondo. Also, there's a small revenge narrative here. He always plays well against his old team. He loved Portland. He loved the people in Portland. He loved playing in Portland, and they got rid of him. So Robin Lopez, I think, is going to eat tomorrow against Mason Plumlee for the cheap. So remember that. He's definitely going to be in my player pool. On the Portland side, I wouldn't like CJ McCollum so much if he just got the standard starters minutes and saw a lot of Jimmy Butler. But he plays so much with the second team. He's going to be seeing a lot of cannonball defense. So I definitely like CJ McCollum tomorrow and Lillard. I think you can stack both of them. I do. The point total is nice. They're giving Portland 5 points, so Portland's going to have kind of a hill to climb. And anytime a team has a hill to climb with that much talent, you can definitely see a pretty decent offensive explosion from them. The next game we're going to get into is going to be the Boston Celtics traveling to Houston to take on the Rockets. This is a 217.5 point total with Houston giving up 4.5 points to Boston. So Houston is the home favorite. Now, I feel much more comfortable paying up for Harden than I do paying up for Westbrook for the simple fact that anytime I pay for Harden, I feel automatically comfortable with starting somebody else on his team. And I don't feel that way about Westbrook, because most of the times the guy that I want to start with Westbrook is Oladipo, and Oladipo's price is relatively high most of the times. But here, I can put Harden with a guy who I think he really likes and is gonna get the ball to in two different spots. I can put him with Ryan Anderson, who, when he drives down the lane, the defense collapses, he can kick it out and hit the three. So you get, I mean, in one play, you get damn near 5 points, right? I also like when he drives through the lane, the defense collapses, and he throws up the lob to Clint Capella. Then there's an added feature that Clint Capella is going to be going up against the Boston front court that can't rebound that well. So there's two different ways I can go with James Harden, and for that reason, I like James Harden tomorrow. On the Boston side, and I tell you why I like James Harden even more, because it sets up a game stack. Because the guy does not play defense, so that puts Avery Bradley in play. It puts Isaiah Thomas in play. I like this game all together. 217.5 point total. Only 4.5 points separate both teams. Fire them up. Next game we're going to be getting into is going to be the San Antonio Spurs traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not playing anybody from this game. This is a straight up fade. Unless some news comes out where Pop is like, I'm sitting on my starters. I'm firing up Giannis. But if that don't happen, I don't like anybody in this game. I just don't. Sue me. I don't. The next game we're getting to is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies going to the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a 201.5 point total, one of the lower point totals on the slate. I like Anthony Davis in this game. I do. I think he's going to be able to play really well uh, because he's not going to get that hit. We're not going to see the pressure from the point guards on top at the top of the key the way we would if Mike Conley was playing. So if we're in a situation where Drew Holiday can have a good game, that means the double teams on Anthony Davis are not going to be there as much as they have been. So I definitely like Anthony Davis in this game. I like Drew Holiday. I may even like Tim Frazier a little bit, even though his minutes have been down the last game or two. On the Memphis side, man, you can go Troy Daniels, you can go uh, Andrew Harrison, you can go Jermichael Green. Just don't go Marc Gasol. I don't like Marc Gasol tomorrow at all. The next game we're going to get into is going to be the Charlotte Hornets going to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. This is the lowest point total on the slate. It's 190.5 points, with Dallas being the home dog. They are getting 4 points from the Charlotte Hornets. We saw last time this same game was a low total. You know, the spread was a little bit bigger, like 11 points, and fucking Dallas beat them. But Nick Batum went out, scored 50 DraftKings points. It didn't take that much for him to do it too. He had like 15 real life points, but he had like 50 DraftKings points. So I like Nick Batum tomorrow. I like Kemba Walker, of course, tomorrow. Even Cody Zeller got into the action in the last game. I think he can do that again against Andrew Bogut. On the Dallas side, Darren Williams is definitely in play. If you still want to trust Wesley Matthews, he's been shooting hot lately. That'll put him in play. Also, Harrison Barnes will definitely be in play in this game. So there's a lot to like in this game, and they're gonna have low ownership. These are low ownership guys because the point total is gonna scare so many people off that you're not gonna see high ownerships for any of the guys I just mentioned. The next game is gonna be the Indiana Pacers going to Golden State taking on the Warriors at the Oracle. There's no point total yet released for this game because one, it's a late game, and two, we don't know. I think there's a couple injuries on the Indiana Pacers side. But the question with this game is, are they gonna bring it? Are the Indiana Pacers gonna bring it after on the second night of back-to-back playing a tough game uh, in LA against the Clippers? Are they gonna be able to bring it? And I don't know. And for that reason, I'm not gonna invest too much into this game. I will invest nothing. Probably only Jeff Teague maybe from the Indiana side, but from the Golden State side, out of the big four guys, the only two that I feel like confident rostering, Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, because those are guys that whether it's a blowout or not, you're gonna see them on the floor a lot with the second team getting minutes. And if it is a blowout, it's because those guys, had good games too. Very rarely does Draymond Green and Klay Thompson have a bad game and they blow a team out. So I like those to be the two that I like tomorrow. Uh, Next game we're gonna get into is gonna be the Utah Jazz going to LA to take on the Lakers. I like nothing about the Lakers really. The only guy that I might even think about rostering would be Julius Randle. But on the Utah side, I love Gordon Hayward. He is an early favorite to be in my core four. I love Gordon Hayward tomorrow, as well as Rudy Gobert. I think it's going to be a decent play. We probably not. There's no point total for this game because we still waiting on the Rodney Hood news. If Rodney Hood doesn't play, we're probably going to see some either Dante Exum again, or we see some Shelvin Mack. Either way, I'm not fucking with either one of them. Um, so we got some pretty good games tomorrow. We got a jam-packed 11-game slate. This has been your DFS Jerusalem. Remember, if you want to become a member of the DFS Sweatshop, there's 2 ways to do it. Number 1, you can just subscribe on YouTube, follow this video. But if you want in-depth, nitty-gritty, deep diving access to what really goes on behind the scenes in roster construction and bankroll management, all the things that make you a profitable DFS player. If you want that information, I would suggest that you go to www.dfssweatshop.com. Go ahead and sign up. We've got quite a few people that already that paid subscriptions, so we're doing well. Things are going really good. I'm so glad that you've been a part of this. I want to thank you all, letting you know that if you want to support the show, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can support my personal PayPal, SimmonsMaurice95 at yahoo.com. There's going to be a link at the bottom of this video where you could go and purchase the Sweatshop swag. If you're in the 300 club, you can definitely do that. We've got t-shirts and hoodies. And of course, just by viewing, liking, sharing, telling the guy next to you at work, yo, I listen to this funny, handsome guy on YouTube talk about DFS sports, and I really enjoy it. If you do that, that's enough. So thank you. Y'all have a wonderful and profitable Monday. And remember, in the DFS Sweatshop, our goal is to always, always, always